As soon as somebody finishes the survey, the information is sent over the wire and stored in the cloud and is able to be accessed via a dashboard where you're able to look and find patterns and trends and ways to be able to improve your organization. We're going to show you the dashboard here. So when you're done with the survey, those responses come across, and as soon as they've taken it, it comes into a dashboard. This dashboard, the first one that you're able to see, is really just a breakdown of each survey that you're running. This is meant to be an at-a-glance view of the surveys. In each one, you'll be able to see a quick view of the questions you're asking that aren't demographic questions, so just kind of the star ranking questions, things like that, as well as how many responses you have, the overall score, and then comparisons to last month or the month before. You can see I have a few different ones here. We're going to look at the Wiegand Center. The Wiegand Center, as brought up before, is a day center in Salt Lake City, Utah, and they offer a whole host of different services, and so their feedback tends to be pretty diverse. In here you can see they're actually doing pretty well this month. They have a score of 4.1 stars. They have 4 stars here. You can see that they had an average of 4 stars in July, so comparing it here. For this time period, overall, they've had 5,855 responses, and in July they had 134. So now, as I click into it, I can see more details. We're going to come in and take a look at it. As you're inside of here, there's a breakdown of a whole bunch of different things. The first and probably most prominent thing to look at is this filter at the top. This is the time filter. It determines what you're looking at when it comes to the responses that came in. By default, it's filtered to this month. We want to tell you the most recent information that you've had. If you don't have responses for a given time period, it then goes back to whatever time period you have responses for. So if you don't have any for this month, it'll go back to last month. If we don't have any last month, it'll then look at year to date, to 1 year, or all time. You also notice over here, we have a custom button. We can put in any custom time frame we want. So if you want to look at, for instance, a 2-week span, we can enter those time periods in. If you want to look at a week, you can do that. If you want to look at 3 years worth of data, you can do that as well. All of it is up to you to be able to put in the custom dates you want to look at. The next most prominent thing that you'll see is your overall score. Assuming your survey is running any type of star ranking questions, you're going to get an overall calculated score of how are we doing here. This gives you an idea of how our organization is doing feedback-wise over this period of time. Below that, you're also going to see how many responses you have, and then a breakdown of each individual question, with these little arrows telling us if we're trending up or down. So you can see here, right now, for the how was your visit to the Wiegand Center, their score was 4.22, right? And you can see last month, their score was 4.39, so they're trending down this month. These little fluctuations aren't the biggest deal, but it's nice to be able to keep track and figure out, are we having some dramatic differences month to month? And be able to see, why is that happening, and what can we do to improve that?